Okay, I've had enough about my muff around my head. It was making my head too sweaty, so I hope I entertained you with that in the last video. I can't wait to see whatever. It's funny. YouTube gives you three choices of pictures, but they pick one. And then I have to go back and fix. Thank the Lord I found that I could fix them because they kept finding like they'd stop and I was like, come on. Out of that many minutes, those are the only choices I've got to pick from, or I upload a one, and that's what I did on one so far. Because I was like, all three choices were like, I looked like my face was disfigured, or I was like a wild woman, or something. So anyway, July 19th, 2022, Tuesday. Jesus always. He is your help and your shield. Pay special attention to the possessive pronoun your. He is not just a help and a shield. He is yours for all time and throughout eternity. Let this forever commitment strengthen and encourage you as you walk with him through this day. I will never leave you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. You can depend on him because he is your help. You don't need to fear your inadequacy. When the task ahead of you looks daunting and my vision's changing. That's something I noticed today. That's new. Rejoice that I stand ready to assist you. Openly acknowledge your insufficiency and trust in my infinite sufficiency. You and I together can accomplish anything as long as it is my will. You definitely need me as your shield. I protect you from many dangers, physical, emotional, and spiritual. Sometimes you're aware of his protective work on your behalf, but he also shields you from perils you never even suspect. Find comfort in the assurance of his powerful presence watching over you. Fear no evil. My cherished one, for I am with you. I couldn't change that. It just didn't sound right. And I think I skipped a couple up in the other one, but you understand what I'm saying. It's him talking, not me. We wait and hope for the Lord. He is our help and our shield. Psalm 33, verse 20. And let me preface that with it's somebody writing what they think he would insert and scriptures to go with it. To kind of, I don't want to say confirm, because you can't really confirm what you're writing unless you get chills like I do. And who knows, maybe she wrote this, or whoever wrote this, got chills after, or while they were writing it. So then you'd know darn well it's all true, and it is coming from him, because he's got messengers all over the globe. The Lord himself goes before you and will be with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. Deuteronomy 31, verse 8. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Philippians 4, verse 13. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil. I don't. For you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. Psalm 23, verse 4. And that's been the biggest common thing that I've heard from people that have reached out to me when they were dying, is they're afraid. My father was afraid. He was afraid of the dark. He had some demons in him, and I always wished I were in the place that I'm in now with him to help get rid of those demons. Because the demons were those drugs that he trusted the doctors with poisoning his body. And he's not the only one. We are all guilty of accepting the poison as health care to heal us instead of kill us. Wouldn't you agree? I mean, I wouldn't voluntarily put poison into my body. Would you? Just saying. You need to really think about life. Really reassess your life. And while you're at it, open up this book and learn it. because the closer I get to home, it's unbelievable how I don't feel, I mean, don't get me wrong, I've got pain and all that, but the peace that is completely over me is so calming. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Just riding a wave, holding his hand, was the best decision of my life. It gave me a purpose in a broken, battered, beat up, God-forsaken, darkened world. I think that covers it. Although I might replay this and say, oh, I need to add another adjective or a verb. Just saying. So, hope you enjoyed this devotion. Stay tuned. I have more coming up. Love to all bunches and bunches.